welcome. Glad to have y'all here again. Keep dropping in the chat where y'all coming in from because we are about to get started. And yeah, like I said, I am Shayla Holmes. I'm going to be your host for the evening. I'm coming in from a very cold, very frigid Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I just want to, welcome y'all. And again, now you still have some time to invite some people on. So you could shoot a quick text and that link over. But we try to fill it up, right? Because we want to get this information. So I thank you all for being here. You could also drop in the chat who invited you on this evening, because we definitely want to, see where y'all coming in from. So again, thank you for being here. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So basically, again, I just welcome y'all and we about to get into this information. It's this, I was just about to say this wonderful information, but this powerful information, whatever y'all want to call it. But before we do that, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about myself and who I am, very briefly. And yeah, so if you put in the chat who invited you, you can actually qualify to get a information for taxes as well, because we all know it's tax season. So drop in the chat taxes if y'all excited about tax season. So you could get a free consultation, and if you do the consultation, you could actually get a 3-day, 2-night vacation. All right. So again, drop in that chat where you coming in from, who invited you, so we could get these taxes going. And again, we'll be covering all of that very shortly. But again, my name is Shayla Holmes. I am a serial entrepreneur. I'm a mommy of 5 beautiful children. And, I'm just somebody who was looking for a better opportunity, a better way. I've been working since I was 15 years old, got my first job at 15. So I've been out here, I've been a little worker bee, but thankfully when I was 18, I got introduced to entrepreneurship, right? And, not necessarily clocking in and working for somebody else, making somebody else money. Drop a 1 in the chat if you working for somebody else and making somebody else money, right? Because I got tired of it personally. And like I said, I always had the entrepreneur spirit in me, since a teen. I got my first job. Again, I was working at a grocery store. But by the time I was 16, though, let me tell y'all, I was selling shoes out my mama's house. Okay. J's, Air Forces, Tims, Air Maxes. I had a little bit of everything. So I always had that spirit in me. But again, it wasn't until 18 until I was fully able to like tap into entrepreneurship. And yeah, I'm somebody who I've had different careers and different things. I was a life insurance agent. I was working in real estate for a little bit. And I actually even published my own book, a children's book that I wrote back in 2018. And I'll drop it in the chat so y'all can have that. But yeah, so, like I said, I've always had this entrepreneur spirit, but it wasn't until I was introduced last year, excuse me, at the end of 2024 to this wonderful movement that you all are about to see very shortly. And again, take out your pens, your pads, take these notes down. And of course, because I'm sure y'all gonna have some questions, but yeah, with that being said, I'm just truly excited to be a part of this movement. And we are going to go ahead and introduce our wonderful host for the evening, who I'm so excited to introduce. He's been not only a mentor to me, but really a big brother to me. And he does great at not only checking in on me, but making sure that, I'm doing what I need to do to hold myself accountable, right? So definitely, you want to get yourself a mentor like that, right? Somebody that not only got your back, but make sure that you doing what you're supposed to do. So again, I have the honor and the privilege of introducing our key speaker, key presenter of the evening. This guy is a Navy veteran. He's a former airline professional. He worked in the airline for years, but he's also a leader, right? Who decided that he was called to do something more, right? And He was tired of being just a number in someone else's system. Just like I mentioned, how, we all out here working these jobs, making other people money. But he's someone who truly leads with purpose, with integrity, and a heart for the people, right? Which is why so many people like myself are drawn to him and drawn to learning from him because he be dropping them jewels, let me tell y'all. But in this movement, excuse me, though, he is a leader, and his leadership and his consistency, it speaks for themselves, honestly. He's a 2025 President's Club inductee. He is a 2023 Servant Leader Co-Root Award recipient. We want to get this right, y'all. And he's a 2024 Decade Award recipient, right? And these are recognitions that was earned not by hype, but truly by results and truly by service, right? Because he is a man of service and stewardship. But he also knows this information inside and out like the back of his hand. And he's built his success by helping others to win, like me, and not cutting any corners. Okay. What I personally respect most and what others respect most about this king is that he makes this business simple, also makes it fun. He's always laughing and cracking jokes, which I love because I like to have some fun. But he's also very impactful as well. He genuinely loves to help improve other people's financial lives, like myself and all the other mentees that he works with. And the income he's earned is simply a byproduct of that service. So if you are ready and here, drop some fire in the chat. Okay, if you're ready to learn from someone who's not only walked the path, but stayed consistent, stayed true, right? Stayed real. And he truly cares about the people. He really cares about us. So you're in the right place. Again, drop those fire emojis, drop some crown emojis in this chat. And let's welcome my coach, my mentor, Coach Jamal Flono. You there, Coach?
I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. We see you looking
Okay, I
snazzy.
appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. First and foremost, drop some crowns for that queen, Miss Shayla Holmes. Like she's someone who's big in the community, helps a whole lot of people, serves a whole lot of people. She's like, I'm talking about outreach ministry. She's talking about campaigns to stop violence. Like she's everywhere, but she still found time to be here to at least introduce me tonight. So I think that's super powerful. So drop some crowns for her. And man, the thing she's doing in this business, man, is throwing shockwaves through her community. If you're here from Pittsburgh, drop black and yellow hearts in the chat, right? I want to know that Pittsburgh is showing up for her, right? And also drop in the chat if you know who invited you out tonight, right? Who invited you out tonight? I'm not gonna be before you guys long because what I understand is, man, we got a lot of things to do. As a matter of fact, I got some more things to do too. We got some more people to serve tonight, so I'm not gonna be before you guys long. A little bit about me, and I know it's some black and yellow here. I don't know why y'all playing. Y'all put all that Pittsburgh in the chat. When we first got started, 4 people got on here, but now I say drop black and yellow hearts. Ain't nobody dropped one yet. That's crazy. Okay, all right. I was about to say. Okay, all right. Thank you, Lakia. Right. Thank you, the culture and hygienist. Right. But most definitely, man. Look, my name is Jamal Flono from Atlanta, Georgia, and this whole movement actually changed my life, y'all. Um, I remember this one time I was working at the airport. We're talking about 90 to 100 degrees outside. You can see steam come off the tarmac. I was loading airplanes for a living. You're talking about 60 and 70-pound bags. I was lifting over my chest, right? I had sweat running down my face. It was burning my eyes. I smelled like must, right? And I remember, I was loading this airplane. I see one of my coworkers. He was almost 70 years old, still working on the ramp, and almost 70 years old, y'all. He had a stroke right in front of me. I hop out the plane to go help him. I see one of my managers has a button-up shirt on, some hard bottom shoes. He starts walking towards our direction. He slowly starts jogging. He starts running full speed. And he runs right back past us and start grabbing bags. Like, Jamal, you should finish loading the airplane. I'm like, finish loading the airplane? This man's sitting here about to die. And he was talking about loading the airplane. At that moment, I felt kind of small. I felt unappreciated. Anybody felt like that at work? Anybody felt like they were just another number at work? Say me, right? If y'all felt like you were just another number at work, look, man, for me, enough is enough. That's right, Corey. That's right, Damon. Right? That's right. That's right, Linda. Yeah. For me, look, enough was enough. I reached out to a guy I was following on social media. This guy was extremely successful, right? As a matter of fact, they put him on 60 Minutes at the age of 13 because he's having so much success in business, like more than most people, parents at that point in time, right? So they put him on the show 60 Minutes. So I felt like he knew a lot about success. I reached out to him. I said, look, man, I'm willing to do anything to change my life. I'm talking about anything, right? And then he showed me this. I said, look, man, I'm willing to do anything to change my life except for this, right? Because look, I had tried some things before, I had lost some money. I didn't want to go down that path again, right? He said, look, Jamal, there's on two reasons why you weren't successful, right? If you're ready for number one, let me get number one in the chat, right? The first reason why he told me I wasn't successful, right? I'm gonna make sure y'all talk to me tonight. As a matter of fact, this is what we're gonna do. Whoever engages the most doing this, we're gonna give you a free vacation. How about that? Right? So I'm gonna give y'all incentives to stay on here and type some buttons, right? Yeah, right. The first week said, look, you know, so you had the wrong coach. Some of y'all typing the host and like tell you typing the host and panelists, but I feel you, right? You know, he said, one, you had the wrong coach. He said, if you knew everything you need to know to have what you wanted to have, you will already be living the life of your dreams. I said, okay, that makes sense. Okay. I said, so what's number two? Somebody put number two in the chat, right? Number two, right? I said, what's number two? He said, you had the wrong information. He said, look, God don't love the CEO more than God loves the janitor. It's just the CEO is using better information. So look, y'all, tonight I just want to give y'all some better information. Look, my whole goal is not to make you an expert on this movement that we got going on. I'm not trying to make you an expert in Nove, right? My goal is to give you just enough information to make an informed decision. Does that sound fair, everybody? Does that sound fair? Does that sound fair, Tasha? Does that sound fair, Stephanie? Right? Yeah, the culture. Yeah, Zoom user. iPad, iPhone. Okay, that sounds fair. That's good to know, right? So look, I reluctantly got started. I'm so glad I did. My first week, I made an extra $500. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When I got started, I didn't have the money overdrafted in my account to get started, but that's okay. Look at God, right? I ain't overdrafting accounts no more, right? So yeah, I reluctantly got started. First week, I made an extra $500. The second week, hit the second level of residual, and then 6 months later, 7 months later, I was able to leave that job. So I ain't worked a job in over a decade. I'm blessed because of that, y'all. I'm blessed and fortunate because I see my credit score go up a couple hundred points a couple of times, right? I'm blessed because I get paid every single week like clockwork, right? Every single I got a email this morning, right? I'm talking for over a decade. I'm blessed because I travel more now than I did when I worked at the airline and flew for free, and it is my private jet in the background. I mean, I'm capping a little bit, quote unquote. That means that I'm pretending to be something I'm not, right? When I say private jet, I'm just playing, right? It's just a joke, right? But what I'm more excited about, y'all, is putting people in a position to win. Yeah, people are just like me in a position to win. People are just like you in a position to win. So I'm gonna give y'all some information tonight, y'all. I'm gonna help y'all win. If y'all want to win in a major way, drop a W in the chat if you're ready to win in a major way. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. It's gonna be real quick, all right? So first, I'm gonna talk about y'all's mentorship, right? It's a digital shift right now. It's a digital shift right now. This is a digital economy. We're talking about an economy where there's no inventory, there's no shipping, there's no overhead. It's just results, commission, and real impact. And the only way you can get that, y'all, is by having a platform and having some real mentorship. How many people would agree that mentorship can help you, can be a shortcut to having success? If you think mentorship can be a shortcut to get into success, drop I agree, right? Yeah, yeah, Tasha. Yeah. Let's talk about mentorship because we're talking about proven success strategy. We're talking about accountability with support, access to valuable networks, personal and professional growth, and like I said, faster results. Yeah. So the guy I told you about in the story, that's my personal mentor. This is Mr. Haziq Ali. We're talking about the CMO of this amazing organization, this Inc. 5000 organization. I'm talking about organizations that have been featured on Black Enterprise Magazine or Yahoo Finance or Capital One Business or uh, uh, Essence Magazine or, so on and so forth, right? He's a CMO, but he's also the number one recruiter in the history of this company. We've been around for over 11 years at this point in time, right? He has his own TED Talk. I'll drop the link for his TED Talk eventually. Maybe somebody can drop the TED Talk link in the chat. He's also mentored by Mr. Les Brown, right? So we're talking about, it's amazing when your mentors have mentors, right? My mentor always told me that, you can't have somebody be a mentor if they ain't got a mentor, right? He's featured on Who's Who in Black Atlanta and Black America. He's also a Lifetime Achievement Award winner. And ever since he took over as the CMO of the company, y'all, we're in Inc. 5000. This is one of the fastest growing companies in America. That means that out of 7.7 million businesses every single year that's around, we're in the top 0.01%. That's called elite air, y'all. Somebody say the air smells different up here. Yeah, that's a lot to type, but I want y'all to type it. The air smells different up here, right? Because that's what success smells like. So you want to be in a position to win, y'all. You came in the right place at the right time. And some people don't even know why they're here, but guess what? You here now. So let's learn something, baby. All right, let's get it, y'all. Let's talk about some of the things that we offer. One of the biggest things is our flagship product is credit help, right? We help people with credit, right? We got a lot of different services. So we got personal credit, business credit. We got, digital funding platforms for personal or business, right? Debt resolution, tax prep software and coaching, right? You're able to start your own credit and money in business, right? Because we're like an Amazon for financial services. So I tell people all the time that even if you don't personally need help with your credit, I'm pretty sure you know somebody does. Even if you don't personally need help with business credit, I'm pretty sure you know someone that does, right? Even if you're not personally in debt, thousands of dollars, you might know somebody that needs help with that. And guess what? Even if you don't know anybody in any of those situations, I bet we can show you how to find where they're at. So you can leverage, the people leverage the need for these options, right? So let's get right into it, y'all. Like I said, credit, man. It's a big thing. Let's talk about some of these numbers. The average credit score in white America is 734, right? The average credit score in the Hispanic households is 651. The average credit in households with people who look just like me is 627. It's kind of scary that it's been almost 150 years since slavery ended, and we're still kind of at the bottom, right? Only 1 in 5 Black Americans have a prime or subprime credit score. 1 out of 5. So all these people that are on here, it's not many of you that have over a 700 credit score, right? 26% of Black adults are considered credit invisible. But one thing about this movement, y'all, we're here to change that. Somebody say it's time. It's time. Somebody say it's time right now. We want you to be an ambassador. We want you to be someone that's proud of their financial situation and able to pull people up out of that situation at the same time. I want you to understand we got options. We help people with credit. Whether we have a one-time option, because sometimes, people don't want to make payments because guess what? That's why they got bad credit. That's one of the reasons, right? So we give them a one-time option kind of payment. But guess what? Some people that might not have the most liquid when it comes to capital. We got options where you can pay, as little as $99 a month and be able to improve your credit. So I think that's pretty cool, y'all. But look, we don't just talk about it, we be about it. We got real results, y'all. This is only a handful. It's not even man, look, we've helped thousands and thousands of people increase their credit scores. We've helped thousands and thousands of people actually, delete negative items off their credit. But I love how we got mentorship, right? Remember I said mentor. Somebody say mentorship in the comment section. I love how we got mentorship who doesn't just talk about it, he beats about it. So check this out, y'all. This is my mentor. This is my mentor. Check this out.
I didn't even know I had a ticket until I saw my credit report. So started with round one, round two, now we at round three. I'm up 204. I am up 204 on this one, and then on the last one, I'm up 210. You gotta love it. My Nove disputes.
Somebody say real results, right? Real results. Documentation beats conversation. I want you to understand that. Look, we're gonna make sure we show you real results over and over and over again. Because guess what? We got real people and we got real results. But let's talk about some of the business credit and business funding side. You know, the secrets that's one of the secrets to success. Like one of my mentors always told me, man, the difference between a successful business and an unsuccessful business, a lot of times is funding, right? You know, a lot of times one of them is using business credit and others, bootstrapping, right? We always heard the saying, man, that people that kind of look like me, sometimes they need to put themselves up by their bootstraps. What they don't tell you is a lot of times people look like me didn't have bootstraps, right? But this is a way to even the playing field. You know, I love the fact that we guarantee you $50,000 in guaranteed funding, right? What does that mean? That means that if you don't get at least $50,000 in funding, you get your money back. Now, most of our clients see $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in funding. That can go a long way with help growing your business, right? True or true, y'all. If you had an extra $50,000 to grow a business, wouldn't you have at least an option to kind of take your business to the next level? Yeah. So a lot of time, man, because we done been to a restaurant where the food was just amazing, but they be closed on random days and random times. Anybody ever been to a restaurant like that? Yeah. Yeah. I've been to like man, the food be so good, but on a Tuesday afternoon, they be closed. You're like, why is y'all closed at Tuesday at 1 p.m.? Like you had your mouth watering waiting for that place because they ain't got business credit. Guess what? Now you can be a solution for them. If that's your favorite restaurant, you can reach out to them and say, hey, look, I got something for you. Like we love your food. But we don't like the fact that you run out of chicken wings every day. We don't like the fact that you ain't got no kind of condiments. Like we don't like that. Look, I got something that can help. Right? But look, we ain't just talking about, like I said in the beginning. Let's talk about real results, right? Real results. Like I said, most of our clients see 100, 200, $300,000 in funding, right? We got real people and real results. We ain't just talking about it. We're going to be about it because documentation beats conversation. Somebody say Nove is a no-brainer, right? Nove is a no-brainer. Yeah. Nove is a no-brainer. Novae is a no-brainer. Yeah. Look at some of these results. But look, we ain't stopping there, y'all. Let's check this out, man. We know right now it's tax season. We know right now it's tax season. Like I don't know about y'all, man. I know plenty of people are like, man, I'm so excited for tax season. That's because they're waiting for a big return, right? You know why me and my people are ready for tax season? We're gonna help all these people get big tax refunds, right? And this is how we do it, y'all. We got a couple of options when it comes to helping people with taxes. Like this is gonna springboard us to being $1 billion company. Like it's gonna springboard us to be $1 billion company. Watch what I tell you. By this time next year during tax season, we're gonna have the biggest name in taxes. So you can earn money 2 different ways, right? You can get paid from taxes without have to learning how to do taxes. Somebody say, wow. You can get paid from taxes without learning how to do taxes. Matter of fact, after this call, I'm actually gonna do another training showing people how to do that exactly, right? I'm doing a call after that. If you want to get plugged into that call, drop taxes in the comment section. If you want to get plugged in to the call, I'm doing training for the company. I'm not even supposed to invite y'all, but I'm gonna do it because y'all family. I'm gonna do it because I want to show y'all that we ain't just talking about it, we're gonna be about it. All right, so Shelly, do me a favor. Make sure you jot those names down, and we're gonna make sure we get them the link so they can hop on, after they get started. So they can hop on and learn about how to get paid for taxes. Like I love the fact that all you gotta do is refer people to a website. Like it's real simple, y'all. I give y'all the script that I do every single year. I'm one of the top producers when it comes to this one particular, like, a couple different things, right? But this one particular thing right here, y'all, I'm one of the top producers because I keep it so simple. It's really so I go right down my friends list on Facebook. I'll go right down my followers list on Instagram. And I say, hey, quick question. Who's doing your taxes this year? Right? And they're going to tell you who. And I give you a whole nother message after that. But in the meantime, y'all, that's all you got to do is ask people who's doing your taxes this year. You have them book a free consultation. You get paid once they file. Somebody say, wow. Right? And I love it. You get a chance to split it, 50% with us. I'm talking about the company. You get to split 50% with the company. Ain't that pretty cool, y'all? Yeah. Or it's check this out, y'all. We even have another option where if you're already in the tax space, when we have a tax software, but look, we have tax software that no one else has. And you're able to do taxes through the software. We even give you a little money on the back end. Right? Because a lot of these softwares, they charge on the back end, but they don't break you off none. Guess what? We give you a little money on the back end too. Like, we split the back end with you. And check this out. If you're a tax professional, this is a way for you to make income year round. Because a lot of times people don't understand. People, this is seasonal income for a lot of people. Now, don't get me wrong. The mission is to make 10, 20, 30, 50, $100,000 this tax season. Matter of fact, tonight, I'm making sure somebody who made, 7 figures in one day during tax season. Y'all want to hear about that? I'm going to put y'all on, man. So if y'all drop taxes in the chat, we'll get you information about that. But both options come with continued mentorship. So check this out, y'all. You get paid off of credit services that actually work, business credit that gets funding, personal loans with instant decisioning, tax and legal tools without the law firm pricing, and so much more. If you think you can benefit from helping someone who's struggling in the place of credit and money, say I'm with it in the comment section. I'm with it. Yeah. Because I want you to understand, man. I want you to understand, my mentor also told me it's 8 different ways to earn income. Right? 8 different ways to earn income. That's right, Tasha. That's right. The culture. That's right, iPad. And look, I'm gonna show you how to, get 3 or 4 of these just by getting started with us, y'all. Cause check this out. You make money multiple ways with us. You might need help with the services. Cool, we help you with the services. We got you with that. You can kind of check out mentally. But if you want to make some money doing this, y'all, you get paid with team overrides, which is what they call leveraged income. You get rank bonuses, right? Just for hitting certain levels in the company. You get passive residual just from certain services that get sold. You get bonuses for customer guys. You get bonus for help people that need help with stuff. You get fast start bonus just because you got started and you want to make some fast money. We're gonna give you extra money for making fast money. And so many more ways, y'all. So check this out, man. All you're doing is referring people to a service. That's all you're doing. Look, I tell people, look, this is my thing, man. You refer people to things all the time. You refer people to Fashion Nova all the time, to Sheen all the time, to your favorite hairstyles all the time, to your favorite loctician all the time, to your favorite restaurant all the time, to your favorite movie all the time, to your favorite book all the time, to your favorite church all the time. Why not refer people to something like this, where you can be a blessing and be blessed at the same time? All you're doing is copying the link from your website and have somebody else get started. It's that simple, y'all. And guess what? If they got questions, you're not even the one that's answering the questions. Get on the phone with me. Get on the phone with Shelly. Get on the phone with somebody who invited you to this call, and they'll get your questions answered. You ain't got to be the person that answers the questions. All I want you to do is refer people. Can you refer somebody to something? Have you ever referred somebody to anything? If you ever referred somebody to anything, say me in the comment section. Check this out. Watch all these memes in the comment section. If you ever refer somebody to anything, that's probably Brittany. I know you refer somebody. Yeah, so you refer somebody. I pay you definitely refer somebody. Yeah. If you ever refer somebody to anything, Linda says she refers some people. Yeah. Now imagine every time you refer somebody to anything, y'all, you got paid. That's how this works. So look, who needs this type of business, y'all? This is a Wi-Fi business. Call it a Wi-Fi business because basically, if you have a data plan or some Wi-Fi, you can get paid on this. This business is for people who are online coaches or creators, right? Or 9-to-5ers who want more freedom. If you want more freedom, say freedom in the comment section, right? For parents that work from home, right? From entrepreneurs, realtors, car sales agents, tax professionals, insurance agents. Yeah, Greg. No, for gig workers, for anyone who wants residual or cell phone income. But guess what? Guess who this business isn't for? It's anyone that's waiting to be motivated instead of disciplined. Right? We don't want nobody that's waiting to be motivated. This business isn't for anyone who's unwilling to learn basic financial literacy, because we want people to be an example. We want you to be an example in this community. We want you to be the rich auntie. We want you to be the rich uncle. We want you to be the one with the nice cars and nice clothes. We want you to be that person. If you're not there yet, it's okay. We're going to get you there. Because ain't nothing wrong with having a little bit of money, right? This business is for people who think that only one income source is all you need, right? It's in for people that believe financial security comes from employers and not skills, right? Yeah, let's get into it, y'all. Those, because it's like a franchise. It's the best way to explain. We're kind of like a franchise, it's a turnkey business. Everything's already set up for you. The systems, the pricing, the brandings are already all established. You step in as the owner, operator, and serve your clients. Kind of similar to that, y'all. Because guess what? Only difference is we have a low startup cost compared to traditional franchises. I'm gonna get into that in just a second, right? You don't need to create the product systems or the pricing is already done. You got built-in support, you got built-in training, you got built-in marketing, right? So I want you to ask yourself these questions, right? Do I want to operate my own digital products franchise? Do I have a passion for financial literacy or create income or make an impact in my community? Do I want to be what they call the credit and money plug? If you say yes to either one of these, y'all, I want you to be excited. Cause check this out, the average income, for like, let's say a Subway franchise. Look, we ain't selling sandwiches, y'all. I want you to understand, we're not selling sandwiches. We're selling freedom right here, y'all. So yeah, the average income annually after expenses is about $65,000 to $90,000 on average for a Subway franchise. And guess what? They got paid $15,000 every single year. $15,000. Just look, they're not. Look, even when you're paying that franchise fee, they don't necessarily, like, they're not making the sandwiches with you, right? They're not keeping the lights on. They're not, they don't have to smell like onions at the end of the day, right? But if you can earn the same or more for a fraction of the price, would that be something you be open to, y'all? If you be open to that, say I'm open. Yeah, if you be open to making that or more, say I'm open. Yeah, y'all. Okay, iPad, drop your name in the chat. We don't know who you are, right? Yeah, I'm open. I see y'all, Tasha. I see that. Deidre, I see the coach. Yeah. Okay, Cam, I see you, right? These are some of the residuals that you make. It's only one of the ways we get paid, y'all. Like, imagine making an extra $1,000 or $6,000 or $20,000, and it's not what people are making in years. But some people are making in a month, right? Some people are making in a month. How fast could you change your life, Alejandro? I know, I feel you. Right? You typing host and panelists, but yeah, I know you open, King or Queen. Yeah, it's probably King, right? Yeah, but look, nobody even get a couple of nice cars. Like, this is my thought process. If you need to, if you want to drive a nice car, have a nice home, why not have Nova pay for it? I Miss Jasmine Baker, luxury car bonus level 1, or Miss Kanisha Monet, or Miss Alexis Clark, or Miss Meek Mill, right? King Joe Gates, this one young handsome brother on the bottom. That man is handsome and humble, right? Nova's paying for their car. Ain't that pretty cool, y'all? Yeah, somebody say Nova's a no-brainer. I want you to get it, man. I love the fact that once you enroll 5 customers or 5 teammates, you got a free business. and even some of our proceeds go to our nonprofit that's here to serve, communities that are less than fortunate, right? Yeah, I bet. So Cam said I need a nice home and savings for my daughter. I know that's real. Yeah. And look, people that want a fast game plan. Guess what? We got a 30-day game plan. Show you how to start off making an extra 28.15. How many people would love extra 28.15 in the next 30 days? Say me. Like, look, that's not enough to quit your job for most people, right? It's not enough to quit your job for most people. But if I can show you a simple, focused 30-day strategy designed to help new partners generate extra 28.15 in the first month, would you be open to that, y'all? It's a 30-day focus. It's real momentum. Because what we understand is execution changes everything. Right? I'm sure I do it with just tax season. So check this out, y'all. There's only 2 ways to get started. Really, there's only one. Go ahead and somebody say go pro. Somebody say go pro. This is my thought process, y'all. If you need to improve your credit anyway, why not get paid during the process? It's that simple. If you need to file your taxes anyway, why not get paid during the process? If you want to get some business funding anyway for the business idea that you have, why not get paid during the process? It's that simple. All you gotta do is $349 to get started. It's a very simple process. Drop in the comment section who invited y'all out. Let them know that y'all ready to go pro. Right? Somebody say go pro. Drop in the comment section whoever invited y'all out. Let them know that you ready to go pro. We're gonna go through a whole little game plan session. Show you how to get there in the next 30 days. Like the mission is 30 days, y'all. The mission is 30 days. So look, I'm not gonna hold y'all too long, man. I usually end with a story, but look, guess what? We're gonna have a whole training tonight in about 15 minutes, and I want to make sure that I'm prepared. So for the people that just said they want to learn more about how to get paid from tax season, right? Want to learn more about how to get paid for tax season? Somebody type in novataxteam.com. Somebody type in novataxteam.com. That's when we have this tax training that starts in about 15 minutes or so. novataxteam.com. I want y'all to check it out. Even if you got started, because I know you about to get started, right? Yeah, Mel said she want to comment. Look. Shayla, who you think commented the most? Alejandro, you typed it a little bit wrong, but we got you. Yeah, that's right, Deidre. Yeah. Who you think won the contest, Shayla? No matter of fact, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. I want you to text person that invited you out and let them know that they're gonna do a free consultation with you, right? A free financial needs analysis, and get you over that vacation. So whoever invited you out, text them right now and say free vacation. Text them right now and say free vacation. They're gonna do a financial needs analysis with you. Yeah, that's right, the culture. Yeah, text Shayla right now. No, text her. Not dropping the chat. I want you to text her. And she's gonna go over a free financial needs analysis, y'all, and help you get that free vacation. But look, we about to hop off here, y'all. I'm excited for the opportunity to work with y'all. Live is gonna be hand in hand, right? Live is gonna be hand in hand. And but we about to get ready for this tax training. I'll see y'all in about 15 minutes. Let me get a glass of water, right? But I'm excited to work with y'all. Start texting your people right now. Look, I'm gonna say this, y'all. We either gonna see you at the top or from the top.